I finally caught The Legend of Tarzan in theaters. Lay off me, man. I've been traveling. It's been busy for me. But I got into the theaters, took a little break from the sunshine, and got some air conditioning on, and watched Alexander Skarsgård swing around on vines like an ape in The Legend of Tarzan and all of his abbiness. His abs are in full-on display in this movie, and I know women all over the world are swooning for this guy, and he sure looks the part of Tarzan. Does a pretty good job as this character, but you know, we're not in the jungle right away. It's we're actually set up, and it's 10 years after Tarzan has been removed from the jungle. He lives in England in a life of luxury as John Clayton III. He's married to Jane. They have a beautiful, beatific relationship, and he gets kind of pulled back in, lured back in at the behest of King Leopold of Belgium. And it's interesting because there's a kind of a historical authenticity with this movie. It kind of references the Berlin Conference of 1884, where all of these European superpowers carved up Africa into various sectors, and Belgium took control of this area called the Congo, and they've discovered that there are diamond mines there, and as the country has almost bankrupted itself, these diamonds become incredibly important to Belgium, and so King Leopold has an emissary named Leon Rom, played by Christoph Waltz, who decides that he has to make the chieftain that is in sort of charge of this diamond mine happy by bringing Tarzan to him, because Tarzan had killed his son when he was still living in the jungle. So there's a little bit of a soap operatic kind of quality to this whole thing, and it gets very personal. But we get to see Tarzan go back to the jungle and reclaim his roots and work with the animals and work with the you know, the tribes people that live in the jungle there. And there is some pretty exhilarating action sequences cut throughout this whole thing. Christoph Waltz, I think he must love playing a bad guy and, you know, playing this sinister kind of character, because he's done it again and again. So it's not really new territory for him. It's just that this guy kind of takes the screen with such relish. Another actor that appears in this movie who seems to be in everything is Samuel L. Jackson, and I thought that his character was a little bit superfluous, felt a little bit manufactured by the studio to kind of bring in a quadrant of moviegoers, of ticket buyers, and he doesn't really add a whole bunch to the plot or the drive of the story. Except for the fact that he's kind of a tag-along slash chaperone for Tarzan, and he does shoot some bad people, and he's got some one-liners and stuff, but he just feels a little bit out of place in there. And another increasingly big Hollywood star that's in this is Margot Robbie as our new Jane, and she does a pretty good job in this. Thankfully, she's not just a damsel in distress. She's not just like screaming out, "Oh, Tarzan!" Tarzan yodels, by the way, when he swings, which is kind of cool. But she actually does some butt kicking of her own. I think they actually made a joke about her saying, "What am I, a damsel in distress?" I thought that was pretty cool.
I need you to scream for me.
Like a damsel.
Everything felt a little bit safe. It certainly wasn't a huge artistic achievement, but it was pretty fun, and it was done with you know, I think an air of authenticity, and certainly with an homage to the source material. Now, there is a tremendous amount of CG in this movie, so you can tell that it's not really Alexander Skarsgård doing all these flips and you know, sort of swings and stuff through the air, the Spider-Man-like you know, aerial cam shots and stuff in there, but they're still, you know, very, very elegantly done. There aren't tons of them, so you can tell that the studio probably saved some money on some of those effect shots. They didn't really want to do too much of the swinging through the jungle, and I did feel like the movie took a little bit too long to get us into the jungle, get us into the Tarzan sequences. You know, this was an all right movie. It didn't blow my mind. I've certainly enjoyed other Tarzan movies in the past. I think a little bit more. I like the Disney Tarzan animated movie, and I actually have fond memories because I was a young kid, actually, when Greystoke came out. You know, I took a look at that recently on YouTube, and those monkey suits were hilarious. But I have fond memories of that movie with Christopher Lambert as Tarzan. I thought that was an all right movie for its day. And I think this one is an all right movie too. I think Tarzan is a very interesting fictional character, and it's cool to see him re-explored. I don't know if they're going to carry on with this as a franchise. I don't know if it's made enough money, but I think it's worth searching out and checking out. It's not going to blow you away, but I think you're going to have a good time with The Legend of Tarzan. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.